Hey, sweetie, this is Michaela. Today I'll continue telling you the story of Mia's family. I'll keep updating it for you. Remember to check in every day, okay? Chapter 21. Encounter with the Princess of the Qin Dynasty. In the face of the oncoming tide of terracotta army, Jack didn't even dare to breathe too heavily. He was fully concentrated, relying on his incredible X-ray vision ability and profound interpretation of the script clues to search for the remaining mechanisms against the clock. At the same time, Mia was exerting all her strength to manipulate the divine harp. The melody of the harp was melodious and passionate as she tried to maintain the majestic power of the illusory qilin figure to suppress the frenzied movements of the terracotta army. In the air, Gryphon and the little Gryphon cooperated tacitly with the illusory qilin figure, shuttling through like agile lightning, constantly disrupting the attacking rhythm of the terracotta army. Just when the situation was on the verge of exploding, Jack finally discovered the hiding place of the second mechanism, beneath the base of a general-shaped terracotta warrior. Without hesitation, he quickly moved aside the sundries around it and then resolutely triggered the mechanism. In an instant, a dull rumbling sound boomed. Right after a deep and secluded hole suddenly appeared beneath another terracotta warrior. At the same time, the surrounding warriors seemed to be firmly held back by an invisible force, and their originally rapid advancing momentum suddenly slowed down. However, the remaining mechanisms seemed to be deliberately hidden in the dark shadows, and their locations became increasingly difficult to find. And so the terracotta army also seemed to sense the situation and began to show even more intense aggression. Some of the terracotta warriors actually cooperated with each other and quickly formed simple, but rather threatening battle formations. Like fierce beasts, they launched a menacing attack towards Jack and the others. While strenuously playing the harp, with the sound of the harp vibrating in the air, Mia was racking her brains to think of a countermeasure. Suddenly, she had an idea and shouted loudly, "Dad, maybe we can follow the battle formations of the terracotta army to find the remaining mechanisms. There might be some hidden connection between their movements and the locations of the mechanisms." Upon hearing this, while deftly dodging the fierce attacks of the terracotta army, Jack quickly activated his X-ray vision and closely monitored the movement trajectories of the warriors. Sure enough, he found that the movement of the battle formations of the terracotta army seems to always revolve around a specific area of the palace, and in the center of this area was an unremarkable stone wall. Under the full-scale cover of Gryphon and the little Gryphon, Jack struggled to approach the stone wall. Finally, when he reached the stone wall, he observed it carefully and found that it was densely engraved with ancient Chinese script characters. After a difficult interpretation, he was shocked to learn that this stone wall was actually a crucial clue to the entrance of the court area of the mausoleum, and the key to opening the entrance was hidden on a nearby princess-shaped terracotta army figure. Jack immediately started searching eagerly for the princess-shaped terracotta army figure among the numerous terracotta army warriors. But at this time, the illusory qilin figure maintained by Mia began to show signs of instability due to enduring great pressure for a long time, with its light flickering uncertainly. The terracotta army figure seemed to sense this slight change and immediately launched an even more violent attack, surging toward them like a fierce wave. Finally, Jack found the princess-shaped terracotta figure in a corner. The moment his hand touched the figure, a soft and strange light instantly bloomed, enveloping the princess-shaped terracotta figure. Amidst the flickering light, the princess slowly opened her eyes and stood up gracefully, as if waking up from a 1,000-year-long slumber. At the same time, the illusory qilin figure seemed to have the supporting power withdrawn from it and instantly dissipated in the air. And those terracotta army figures, as if they had lost some kind of traction, turned back into lifeless clay figures again. The entire space suddenly fell silent, leaving only the intense beating of everyone's hearts. Well, dear friends, that's where we'll conclude today's installment of the story. I truly hope you've been as captivated by it as I've been sharing it. If you've enjoyed this narrative so far, I'd be immensely grateful if you could show your support by hitting that like button. And here's a little tip for you to never miss out on the upcoming exciting chapters. simply activate the subscription bell. In this way, you'll be promptly notified when I bring you the rest of this enthralling story tomorrow. So, stay tuned.